go ahead and present you the mic. The 2017 Crystal Mic. He's honored so.
It's more valuable than anything I've ever received. And to be seen. A lot of our kids are just struggling to be seen, to be heard. And very few places are there for them. And recently I went to my old elementary school. And if people go there now, you're going to be surprised. It's a very nice school. It's mostly Asian. There's a few Mexicans there now, but it's still a lot of Asians. It's really nice. They fixed it up. The neighborhood's changed. Rosemead. It used to be unincorporated South San Gabriel. And the only reason I mention it is because when I was there, it was nothing like it is now. There was dirt roads, there was cornfields, there was a big gang, there was human trafficking of young girls in that school. This is when I was growing up. There was heroin. That's the world that I knew. And I remember going to that school and I was so quiet. I couldn't say a word. I didn't know how to speak English. And I was just so quiet. And everybody bullied me, you know what I'm saying? You know, I lived among African Americans in Watts, of course, and I lived among Puerto Ricans in Chicago. That was my community. I lived among Salvadorians, Central Americans, and wherever we lived, they're around. I lived among white people. But I'm gonna tell you something, Mexicans are the worst ones to own Mexicans. I got more beat up by these Mexicans than anybody else. I mean, it was like constantly. But they were also the ones that I wanted to be connected to. I was a suicidal kid. And the only thing, and I hate to say this, but it makes sense to me, the only thing that saved me, at least at that point, was that I would join them. I would be a gang member. People think it doesn't make sense. It makes a lot of sense when you're in that environment. I know it's terrible to say I joined a gang and started doing drugs and everything, and that's not cool, but you know what? It was the only thing I could do. It was the only option, because otherwise I would be dead. Now here's the problem about being in a gang. You're likely to get killed. And partly it's part of the suicide. It's another level of it, you know what I'm saying? Because I know that when I was growing up, I wanted to die. Now, I wanted to die from my barrio. Now I want to die in a blaze of glory, right? I mean, hey, you know, just come get me, you know, and I did everything I could to die. And all my homies were dying, and there were so many people don't know, this is 1960s, late, early 70s. We were the only tattooed people. Forget that everybody's got tattoos now. We were the only ones, I'm telling you. Even the bikers were stealing from Chicano tattooists, man. The bikers got their stuff from us. If you say, oh, the bikers got all these tattoos, where do you think they got them from? Right. You know? We were the artists, and we were the ones that dreamed up a world that now a lot of people think it's cool. But I wasn't dying. And I think the only time then when you go through this and you realize, I ain't dying, is you gotta live. You just gotta live. Now you got to. Now you gotta be that voice. Now you gotta be seen when nobody wanted to see you. Now you gotta be something that nobody expected, you know what I mean? You gotta break all the idea about what this stupid Mexican kid was and just break through everything. And I wasn't gonna stop being Mexican, but I was also gonna embrace everybody else. And that was important for me. And I've been fortunate that I've lived in communities that embrace me, and therefore I'm gonna embrace everybody. This community has been beautiful to me, to my wife, my family, and Tia Chuchas. I want to thank you all, this beautiful Northeast Valley community, Cocoima, Silmar, San Fernando, you know, all these great communities that we work in. You have embraced us. Tia Chuchas is alive because of you. And we've become international. I don't know if you know that. People around the world know about Tia Chuchas. They do. They know about Tia Chuchas. They talk about it. And when I was in Ciudad Juarez, Mexico, when it was the murder capital of the world, that's where I was born. I was born in El Paso. We lived in Ciudad Juarez. They created a Mama Juana's modeled after us to get books to kids. When we were in Mexico City, they did a whole Zócalo, they did all these booths, and they created a special booth, Tia Chuchas, just for that. When I was in Buenos Aires in Argentina, they opened up the slums. They don't call them favelas, they call them villas, but it's the same thing in Brazil. I went right into those slums and people knew about Tia Chuchas, you know what I'm saying? I was in England, in southern England, with the Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean community. They knew about us. They also knew about Chapo Guzman. It was really funny. First thing they asked me is, where's Chapo Guzman? I go, I don't know, how am I gonna know? They heard a Mexican was coming into England and said, you know, he must know where Chapo Guzman is. I know. But it was, everywhere I go, people know about us. And then of course, I was in El Salvador and I was in Guatemala and I was there in the prisons and I was walking through, talking to all the Maras and they knew about who I was. They already knew me. And the only thing that got me over is because my book was running, because they loved that book. They didn't like me so much, but they liked the book. And then they realized, hey, that's the same guy. And so there's a picture in El Salvador about 20 years ago where my book, his homie, all tatuado, you know, he's hanging down my book, saying, this is the best book ever in the main daily newspaper. You know, he's got a picture of my book. And then we spent a month in Honduras, training, working with young kids. I can go on, but all of that is to say what? Is to say it's good to be here with you. I really sincerely tell you, it's more important that you all recognize what I do, but I want you to know that I want to recognize you. You're the one that makes it happen. You're the And as you can see, we got some Tia Chucha Press books here because Tia Chucha Press was the dream that kept us alive. We published a lot of people. I'm really glad we met here. Douglas, writer, poet, brother, everybody that's here. Mike Sachs, Mike, the poet, you know. Of course, my friends, you know, from Rob to Jeffrey and William and Harold. I can go on down the line because you're all just beautiful people. And I just wanted to say that, you know, Tia Chucha Press was created in Chicago. I love Chicago. Chicago's got a great history. I was just there last 3 weeks ago, and they were honoring me.
Wow.
They were honoring me in Chicago. It was like, you know, because they consider me like an OG of the slam poetry thing. I never told anybody that I was part of the slam poetry. I never told anybody. But that's what started. We started publishing the slam poets. Because Chicago was it was happening, and we were doing it. And I did the first slam poetry tour of Europe. I'm telling you, this is amazing when you look at this poor little kid in South St. Gabriel that couldn't even put 2 words together, that everybody was beaten up on, you know what I'm saying? Don't give up on yourself, don't give up on our kids. I just came from Lancaster prison. I've been going to Lancaster prison for 10 years. And had a big break because they didn't want me to come back. Now they got a new warden, they brought me back. I just did 2 15-week workshops with these guys. They're great. They're amazing, but I tell them something. People want them to change as if they're gonna be clean. They're gonna be something they weren't, never. So no, you don't go back, you go forward. You change taking all that with you. And that's hard because that means you gotta carry some rough things. You gotta carry some stupid things. You gotta carry some painful things you've done to the world, but that's part of who you are. And you gotta transcend that, and you got to move forward, and you got to get into art and beauty, and you got to get into poetry, and you got to create, and that's got to be part of who you are, all of it. You don't lose any of it. You got to carry it all with you. And I tell them, you know, that's what changes, not trying to be something you're not. Parole boards won't parole these guys because they're trying to make them, well, come here, not this rehabilitated, clean human being. They just have to be that wise, changed, transformed, transfigured human being, because that's what they're going to be. And they know it, and they're powerful. And today was my last day. I'll be back in the fall, but today it was beautiful, and they were all thankful to me. That's the community that matters. That's what really matters for me. Of course, having my family here. I want to say Ramiro, how important Ramiro is to everything, my story. Ramiro's more like me in that sense. But Ramiro is also his own man. He had to make his own way. He did it on his own terms. And he's come out here the way he wants to. And he embraces Mexica indigenous roots, which is a beautiful thing because it kept him going through prison, and it kept him through a lot of pain. And he's come back here, and that's who he is, and that's what he talks about, and that's important. so that we don't lose our roots. So I want to thank Ramiro for I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, everything you've done. You proved yourself beyond. I want to thank my son, Luis, named somewhat after me. And because, he's actually a very creative, beautiful, amazing, transcendent human being. But like all of us, I think sometimes we feel like we're not big enough for the world. You are. Everybody is. This world should stop just to pay attention to somebody like my son here. Just stop and give him his time, because he's got some beauty to bring to the world. And that's what I want you all to understand. Every time the world turns, remember there's a point in which your place is your place. And you gotta fight for that place. You can't let nobody else take it. Make sure you fill it. Because if you don't, nobody else is gonna do it. And be in that space and say, this is mine, this is my authority, this is how I am who I am, this is how I find purpose and meaning, and this is where I will create. And then you'll impact the world. You'll change it. Because again, everything that I have gotten, I never dreamed. And I don't want to get into how bad things could be, but I remember how bad things could be. Rob knows, being homeless, being on heroin, being in the streets, being completely no family, no community, gone, and thinking there's nothing else in the world. You ever been there? You know what I'm talking about. But you know what? You can rise from that. You can rise from anything. That's the thing that's hard for people to understand. Anything. And I know it's hard. You're gonna think, I can't do it. I have family who are bipolar. They're doing good when they get the help they need, but when they don't, they're in bad shape. And that's hard to see your own family, people you love, not get the help they need. So to me, it's like we're all going to be facing a lot of problems, a lot of obstacles. There's going to be a lot of pain. But I hope that the poetry that you heard today and the voices you heard today and voices you hear from here on in just tell you, don't stop. Keep moving forward. Change is not to be different. Change is to align to your own genius, and then align that genius to the genius of the